The one team that we've known about for a long time, the Kansas City Chiefs, with 3 Super Bowl wins since 2019. They've won the last 2, if you haven't heard. They've won 19 games in a row they've lost once in 19 games, dating back to Christmas of last year. They finally get a 2-score win. Kansas City Chiefs, finally cover the spread. All right, Kansas City, even though I picked the Browns to cover the spread, you picked the Browns.
I did.
So
that was my one.
We pushed on our 2 disagreements last week,
did.
so we're still where we were. But 21-7, it felt like it could have been worse. It felt like the Chiefs were letting them hang around.
Yeah.
At times, it felt like the Browns are going to make it 21-14. You know, like I said at the time, it's not 14 points. It's 2 points.
Right.
You're down 2 scores. And you get 1 score, then you're down 1 score. And you can make this happen. But 3 interceptions for Jameis Winston. I was surprised they benched him for Dorian Thompson-Robinson. But there was a point in the second half where, you go from thinking, hey, the Browns got time to do this. The Browns got time to do this to like,
they had their chances. They were a tough matchup for the Chiefs, right? I went with this might be the one upset that happens this week, and I rode with Cleveland there. Right, but Cleveland found ways to kind of mess it up. Quite honestly, I mean, that's really the way it goes. I mean, the start of the game, the Browns fumbled. They go 3 and out. They look dominant on defense to start the game. Kansas City punts the ball. The Cleveland Browns fumbled the punt return. Kansas City gets the ball on the 20-yard line. Touchdown. 3 plays later, 7-0. Then it's a stalemate. Nothing's going on forever. Kansas City puts a drive together late in the second quarter to go up 14-0. And you go, okay, it looks like Kansas City's going to control this one. But, you come out in the third quarter, you go, hey, they got Jameis Winston. We saw them make a few plays in the first half to go, hey, there are going to be some opportunities for him to hit Jerry Jeudy and some of these guys down the field to make it happen. They start the third quarter, and Jameis Winston's just throwing a 4-yard pass to Nick Chubbs, but he's 3 yards off target. And Nick Chubbs tips the ball in the air, intercepted, short field for the Kansas City Chiefs, 21-0, and that kind of felt like it was game over. It got competitive. It felt like, they might be able to make this close and tight here at the end. But then Jameis Winston threw another dumb interception in field goal range in the end zone, I believe to McDuffie, and I think that's when Cleveland was a little bit like, oh, man, we got bad Jameis today. He's just going to throw the ball all over the damn place.
Were you confusing Nick Chubb with Kadarius Toney there?
Did I say that?
You were calling Chubbs.
I don't know. No, I did not mean to do that. No. I thought I called him Kadarius Toney.
You said Chubbs twice.
I called him Chubbs, but Chubb. Right.
He's got a thing where he called, when Kadarius Toney dropped, 5 passes against the Lions week, when he started calling him Chubbs, the Carl Weathers character from Happy Gilmore with a wooden hand. And couldn't catch. Not that he was trying to catch, but he couldn't catch because he had a wooden hand. All right. Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
And his numbers, again, this may be one of the reasons why he's plus 10,000 MVP. 19 for 38, right at 50%, 159 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. His passer rating, 78.7. It's weird to see a passer rating south of 80 when a guy's got 2 touchdown passes and no picks, but the completion percentage was not good.
50%.
Yards per attempt, not good.
Right.
Those are 2 of the big factors in the passer rating. He suffered the ankle injury in the fourth quarter. And we see him get twisted up. We see him get hit. We see this stuff happen. That looks worse than usual. As he's getting held low, he gets hit high. He gets up slowly. He's hobbling with that right leg. It's a high ankle sprain, I'm told. They haven't called it that officially. X-rays were negative. They think they dodged a bullet. The big concern is, right about now, somewhere in Kansas City, rolling out of bed, how swelled up. And if you've had an ankle injury, and I've had them, and you think they're going to be horrible, and the first day's bad, and then the second day it's like, what happened? It's better. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes.
High ankle sprains usually don't work that way.
High ankle, yes. Yeah, and if it is a high ankle sprain, that's more of a problem. But he had that bad ankle sprain against the Jaguars in the playoffs. He had 8 days between games then. They went from Saturday to Sunday. Saturday divisional round, Sunday AFC Championship. He was okay in that game. Wasn't spectacular health-wise, but he was still Patrick Mahomes and got it done and went to the Super Bowl, and then they won it when he had 2 weeks to get ready for it. But he's got 6 days now between games. They play the Texans on Saturday, 1 o'clock Eastern on NBC and Peacock. Will he be ready to go? We just don't know at this point. The betting line swung dramatically from Chiefs -3 to Texans -3, like that. And then and this is just, again, bettors rolling the dice
early.
on. Yeah,
right.
Is it bad? Is it good? We don't know, but let's just guess that he won't play, but we'll find out. And they finished with 3 tough games. The Bills have, look at that. Talk about a literal crap sandwich of games, which is good for the Bills. You've got the 2 pieces of bread that are the Patriots, and you got the rancid meat. You got moldy bread, New England, rancid meat in the middle, the Jets. They should easily win these 3 games, but, we've seen the Patriots falter in the past late in the season against division rivals. They got nothing else to play for other than to mess things up for New England. But there's a chance the Bills still catch the Chiefs.
There is. There definitely is.
And the priority then for Kansas City is...
Yeah. What do we do?
What do we do?
Right.
What do we do? We were talking about this earlier, but and they could still win with Carson Wentz.
They're a defensive football team, right? I mean, could they win, 2 of these 3 games with Carson Wentz and, play a style in which we saw, play through the defense? He takes care of the ball, maybe can make a play here or there. I mean, they're certainly capable of it. The Kansas City Chiefs have definitely proven to us that they're more than just Patrick Mahomes. As great as he is, one of the greatest of all time, right? They have shown us that in moments like the examples you brought up, whether it was Moore or who was it, Henning that came in the divisional playoff and drives them down for a touchdown and carries.
Chad Henne came in, didn't miss a beat.
Right, didn't miss a beat. So there's a culture there that can carry them here to some wins, but it's going to be hard, especially in a year where this is a year their offense doesn't function like some of those years we're just talking about there. Those offenses were really good and scary. This offense is like kind of middle of the road with the scariest quarterback in football playing quarterback on the team. So that just tells you. And, his 19 for 38, right, it's misleading. It's not like Patrick Mahomes is missing people that are open. He misses a few shots down the field, and that's certainly an area that I still think he could get better at, is throwing the ball deep down the field. But the other thing is, the pressure he's under. He got hit a ton yesterday. He has so many incompletions where he just tries to get the ball out of his hands, and that's kind of what he did on the play he got hurt. Let's show the play he got hurt on again, please.
Well, that was a 4th and 3 that they probably shouldn't have been going for.
No, maybe not, but nobody puts themselves in this position more than Patrick Mahomes. Kind of, I'm waiting in the pocket. Nobody's open. Let me jump up and either throw it at the foot of one of my receivers so I don't get intentional grounding, or I found somebody in this vulnerable position and I got a completion and we go, oh my gosh, he's unbelievable. But he definitely leads the way in leaving his feet in the scrum of the middle of the pocket and still trying to throw the ball with people hanging around him. Nobody does that more than Mahomes, and unfortunately, this is the danger of doing that so often.
I am told that he would have been able to play last night if the game had been closer, even though we saw him hobble off the field like that. They spatted him up. We could read his lips on the sideline. They spatted up both ankles, and he would have been ready to go. It would be something, a couple of quick points before we break. It would be something if Andy Reid can get something out of Carson Wentz, who, when Patrick Mahomes was a rookie and not playing, Wentz was the odds-on MVP favorite middle of December before tore his ACL in a game against the Rams, and Nick Foles came in, and the rest is history. Wentz has been all over the place since then. A lot of bad decisions, a lot of left-handed pick sixes from his own end zone. But if anybody can iron that stuff out, it's Andy Reid.
Right.
So he could possibly be tempted to say, you know what, let's let Patrick get healthy. We're not automatically done with Carson Wentz. The question is, will Mahomes let that happen? Will Mahomes say, I'm playing, we got to nail down this 1 seed? And here's the other question I have. Gary raised this. Okay, the Bills play Patriots, Jets, Patriots. Let's say the Bills get the 1 seed.
Yeah.
So you're talking about 5 weeks that will elapse from the Lions game to another game against a tough opponent. And I don't want to just assume that the Patriots and the Jets are going to lay down, but I'm talking about a high-end elite opponent.
Oh, yeah.
If they get the bye, 5 weeks until the divisional round.
Yeah.
Will they lose some of the magic that we've seen in 5 weeks if they aren't tested again? I don't know.
Listen, I think only time will tell. I would probably bet on no more than not, and just the fact of the way they're coached, that guy at quarterback, the energy they got going there. But yeah, to your point, will they have to kind of rev up and be like, man, we got to get on another level here for the playoffs? Yeah, certainly. And that's why sometimes we see those upsets in that first round, or that number one seed is asleep at the wheel because other teams have been battling it out and you've been, we're good. We're in the playoffs. We're the one seed. Let's get healthy. Let's get feeling good. And you're not in fighting shape, right? And that's what we've seen.
We see it all the time where a team that had to scratch and claw to get to the playoffs and then wins in the wild card round, they come in with nothing to lose. They already got a sweat going.
Yeah, that's right. They've already been in a battle.
Yeah, and the number one seed is thinking, we had this special season.
We just want to dance and throw a few jabs.
We worked all year for this one seed, and we got to fight. We got to fight him. We got to fight. We got to fight Clubber Lang.
Yeah,
Clubber Lang looks mad. He looks upset. You know, I mean, and you're done. Yeah. 3 hours of football and everything you worked for is done. So anyway, just something for Bills fans to worry about. At a time when everything's going good.
Last thing with the Chiefs too, with the Carson Wentz, because I mean you're kind of on it, and I think they're playing three teams here: Texans, Steelers, and Broncos, where it shapes up for defensive, low-scoring football game. Houston's offense is certainly not nothing to write home about. I mean, Houston can't do anything on offense as of late. They did nothing yesterday. So if there was a game where, hey, Carson Wentz, if you could just be somewhat manage the game and our defense plays good, we can beat the Texans in a low-scoring type of football game. Certainly, they're capable of doing that. But, we know they're better off with Patrick Mahomes. And, yeah, they got to make a decision on how much they want to push him here because you're right. He's going to want to play. We know that.
All right, we'll take a break. When we return, Sunday Superlatives AFC Playoff Field Edition, PFT Live, presented by Accenture. We'll be back right after this. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.